Good afternoon, almost evening, friends. I'm Elizabeth Peelman, and welcome back to Unearthing Shadows Light. There is a lot going on astrologically right now. Many planets have come out of retrograde. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but we are tomorrow in a new moon in Scorpio, and also a solar eclipse or partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. So that being said, we are dealing with a lot of shadowy truths that are coming up and coming into light. A lot of understanding your boundaries. I wrote some stuff down, but they're downloading me. So, like your shadowy boundaries, your restrictions you put on yourself, being able to be vocal about exactly what it is you'd like to receive, pushing us to take like an honest look at our moods and emotions. This is a huge fresh start. The end of this month is a huge fresh start, not just because of the new moon and partial solar eclipse, but because many planets again are coming out of retrograde, and we are just kind of staying afloat here. There's been a lot of energy moving around, so I know personally for me, my dreams have been insane. Lots of remembering them, and also pretty vivid colors and funny little situations that don't really make sense, and then you're like, thinking back to it, they'll correlate to something. So advice, maybe write down your dreams. Start keeping a logbook for them, or a dream journal. More often than not, they tend to tell a story within time, and they can lead you to understanding more things about what it is needed for you in your life and how to go about and navigate these waters. I feel possibly that in this, for the collective, there's a lot of regret. A lot of regrets on relationships with people, places, things, past situations coming up, haunting, which makes sense. I mean, Halloween's right around the corner. We also are dealing with the veil being thin and getting thinner as the days go. To explain that a little bit more, the veil between the living and the other side. People so often, and it really depends on what you believe in, but so often think like, because we have been conditioned to, that the other side is literally it's heaven or hell, or energetically the other side is legit like 6 inches above the top of your head. I'm short, so it's probably a little bit more for me, but yeah, they're the energetic pull is literally like right here. So when you're talking about the other side, you're just talking about right there. But lots of happenings happening with this. So again, dreams are intense. Maybe some bumps in the night might be coming in, loved ones coming through. They're making it a lot easier to speak or get messages across because the veil's thin, which also they're telling me to remind. So it's for collective. If you've lost somebody that you care deeply for, or someone in your life, or however that goes for you, they can come and communicate. Dreams is where you'll find it the most, because it's the least amount of energy that they can come through. So if you wake up feeling like you've had a dream and you've just talked to a loved one, hugged a loved one, smelled them, however that goes, that's really them. They have come to you in your dreams to give you love, of affirmations, whatever it is that they're trying to get to you, now is kind of the time. The veil is the thinnest at midnight on, or 11:59, I should say, on Halloween. And then it goes and transitions into All Saints Day or the Day of the Dead. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going around. So again, my reminder to you is to be easy on yourselves, to take everything in stride. Try, and this is hard for many, including myself at some points, but try your best to notice your emotions. If it's an emotional something or something's triggered you, to watch the emotions from the outside, being aware of them, not allowing them to take over, because emotion is energy in motion. So if you are allowing your big emotions to come through, there's going to be a lot of big waves that come from that. So it's almost better to you can have your emotions, just try and stand back from them so you know which way you can be directed properly. I also am going to touch upon, and I'm just going to make like a little tiny video on it probably tomorrow, but I will be doing a psychic fair at my friend Kristen's shop. It's called Quantum Health and Wellness, and it is in Seekonk, Mass. It is located at 549 Central Ave at Seekonk, in Seekonk, Mass. For those of you in the area, it's right across the street from the Boneyard, or adjacent to the Boneyard. Which is, they have really good wings and stuff. But it's on October 29th from 11 to 4. I will be reading the Akashic Records and Oracle cards, or both, however, is requested from the people. But I will be there with a lot of amazing readers, and it's just going to be a really good time. So come down and check it out, please and thank you. A quick reading for the collective. I have been getting, this is the Messenger Oracle deck by Raven, Felon, however you pronounce that. My apologies if I butchered your name, Raven. So, I have been getting this repetitive, like, yearning feeling. I tried to check in and see if it was just for me, but this is collectively. And by yearning, I mean losing sleep and patience and understanding over things that have happened in your past, things that you didn't know any better. So say like you were triggered and you blew up from your trigger, not knowing what your trigger was then. And now, as you've grown, you realize what triggers are and how they come into play. And I feel like there's like a lot of regret around a situation. Probably a pretty intense love connection that keeps coming in for part of the collective. Like I'm hearing like the one that got away, but maybe the one that got away was meant to get away, because you learn better apart than you do together. So I'm gonna pick a few cards for the collective. Maybe it will touch upon this energy or whatever energy is needed. Please. Oh my god. Oh. Wow, okay. I hope that showed the cards popping out themselves. As I'm talking about a love connection, we are dealing with the Let Two Become One card. So that to me is validating what I'm saying. Just because you can't be with this significant other or this person, this place, this thing, doesn't mean that what their energy had come in to show you doesn't mean that that's fallen by the wayside. It is a really big cultivation is what I'm getting of energies coming through. But if you're finding yourself kind of yearning for what has been past, quick reminder that it's past for a reason, but it's not negating the lessons learned from it, if that is making sense. Because the card that comes out after the two become one is the Seek Your Destiny card. And so we're dealing with like the Tree of Life. You're dealing with the all-seeing eye on top. What looks like, well, it's, at first I thought it was the sun, but I just really think it's the stars in general, in a flower of life, so sacred geometry. And then you have the cat with the window to it in its body. So that just goes like it's telling me the universe is within and through this divine connection. So even if you are no longer in contact with this person and you're feeling them very strongly, your higher selves are connecting, and it's needed for this collective. So don't try and concern yourself so much with the emotional aspect. That might just be there to show you that this is kind of rearing itself again for you to understand. Some people may actually come into a physical contact with this person, or whatever is relevant to you in your life. But for most of us, it's having it play out in the background and understanding the meaning of the desire and the yearning behind it all. What exactly are you yearning for your own life? And know your power. So it's that's a horse, okay? So if you can see the horse, in the book of these cards, for this card in particular, it talks about owning your power, choosing what your power is, whether you ride on with or without a saddle or bridle, bareback. You control the power, and horses are extraordinarily powerful animals, so leading to clarity and understanding of things. Let's see, what else? Alright. Challenge your perception is at the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, I think this filter isn't doing this properly. But it's challenging your perception. So it's questioning what you thought is actually showing you something different than what you thought from before. And the focus and then act, and then observe in silence. So this is more of, focusing and then act. So observing in your silence, just seeing how everything is playing out, what's needed for whatever this is to you. And not acting right away. This isn't a time to fully take action on it. For this certain situation is your time to kind of sit back and understand what the bigger picture is, and then you act from there. So I'm just going to pull from the animal secret language of animals, and this is from Chip Richards, and I'm just gonna get a few cards for the ending. A pretty quick reading today, guys. Energy is weird. Again, remind to sleep when you can. You might be very tired. Lots of water, lots of good food, good healthy food. If you find yourself going to the sugary stuff, try fruit. I say that when I had a gigantic bag of Starburst next to my bed, so I'm no better than anybody else. I'm just, I'm giving the messages to the collective as it's coming. This is some weird, hefty energy. Alright, so Polar Bear comes out. Solitude, friendship, strength, resilience. So spending that time alone, understanding, the messages that are coming in, what they signify, and why. For that connection, that soul connection with that significant other or person that made a really big impact on your life, whether they're soulmates, twin flames, however that goes, you know, that connection is still through and through in the ether. It's not so much physical, it's in the ether. And so that means joining that person in the 5D. And when you're in the 5D, you're able to converse a lot easier because ego isn't in the way. You're not being judged or judging. You're understanding the gigantic picture of what it is to be in that connection. Feeling a lot of those connections are coming through right now to dwindle down. And understand more yourself. Again, we're all mirrors for one another, so whatever this connection is to you is going to mirror back what it is you need to heal within yourself. So take that on and understand what that is for just what it is. I got Elephant, which is responsibility, cooperation, honor, empathy. So honoring your emotions and other people's emotions, you know, being empathic and having your own like knowing that your responsibility for your emotions is your own responsibility. It's nobody else's. No one is here to make you happy or make you in love or make you do this or that. Like, this is you. What is it that you would like? What makes you happy is what we need to be asking ourselves. And then the white pelican to end is ease, optimism, grace, and cooperation. So going with the flow in grace and gratitude. If you find that you're starting off a hefty day, try listing 10 things you're grateful for. You can start with the easy ones: a roof over your head, water, clothes on your back, you know, cable, anything, any streaming services. But then, you know, elevate to being conscious and grateful for being put in certain situations to have you see a clearer picture. So that's what this is all about, is seeing a clearer picture of how we're all walking each other home. So that being said, I love you guys. Namaste. Take it easy. I'm going to post more of that information for the Psychic Fair. Again, that's October 29th at Quantum Health and Wellness. I will post it down below. Please like and subscribe to this video. It really helps me out and helps the messages get to the collective. So many thank yous, and have a wonderful evening.